Welcome into the Stompers Manager Report. I'm Kiran Costa, joined by Stompers skipper Zack Pace. After the first week of play wraps up in Sonoma, the Stompers go 3-2 to start the out-of-league slate, but CCL play coming up this week, Coach. Six straight CCL games, Tuesday through Sunday. What's the team's approach going into league play?
Just one game at a time. We kind of got to know everybody last week during the non-league games and, kind of getting to know our personnel. And then now it's, of course, it's go time, but it's just one game at a time, one pitch at a time. We don't want to look too far ahead of ourselves. And we're going to be focused on tomorrow and having a good game tomorrow against the Blues. And I know they'll be ready to go. And hopefully we play well and come out on top.
Yeah, the Blues, the team you beat in the playoffs last year, but you don't see them as much as like the Legends, the Crawdads, the other teams in your division. Is there any familiarity you get as you play teams more and more?
Yeah, there is. And yeah, we only play them four times during the regular season. So, and it's going to be a little early. I mean, we know Hawk Hill's over there, so I'm excited to see him, ex-Stomper. He's over there with the Blues. But it's just going to be a short little stint against the Blues, just the two games now. And then I think it's, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks later, then we have another matchup, another two-game series against them. So, we won't be too familiar with them just because we don't play them that often, but it's baseball. Just got to still go out there and take it one pitch at a time and try to do our best.
Does anything change in your managerial style or with your coaching staff when you're managing the league games? I mean, every game does count, but these ones do count a little bit more for the playoff chase down the line.
Yeah, yeah, it does change. I mean, the first week of non-league is kind of a little bit of spring training for us, and we try to figure out which guys we want late in the games throwing, which guys we want in the lineup. And of course, the line, position players, that's going to change all year long. But we're just trying to figure it out, and not that we were going to ever figure it out, but we're going to try our best. And especially with the pitching, I might give guys a little bit more leeway in the non-league games compared to the league games. I might go get them maybe a little bit earlier or that kind of stuff. And in these non-league games, I was actually happy to see some of the guys I let try to work out of innings, and they did it. We got a big double play yesterday out of Dylan Adelman, and let him go a little bit, and it was good. So um, there is something to that, letting guys go a little bit and letting them work it out. But also in the league games, we're gonna have a little bit shorter leash and kind of next man up kind of concept.
Yeah, staying on the pitching side, especially those first four games of the year, the pitching staff was amazing, especially out of the bullpen. I mean, the bullpen went six shutout the second game of the season. Any arms that jumped out at you in that first week?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot. I mean, I liked a lot of our arms. We had, I mean, the Australian, the Braden Gantz. I don't think I'm pronouncing his last name right, but from Pepperdine, he's really good. I mean, yeah, Saturday we had a lot of good arms. I mean, Jones last night, I know he didn't throw that well, but I know he's good. Howard and Richardson looked great. Leganto looked great. Nick Santavenes looked great. Yeah, so Haas liked him. I mean, there's a lot of good arms, and I know I'm missing some, but because we have a lot to remember. But I was impressed the first week, and I look forward to seeing more of them throughout the summer.
The season started with those back-to-back losses, both one-run games, and then did anything change going into those three weekend games, all wins for Sonoma?
Not necessarily. I just told the guys that it's baseball. Sometimes that happens, and we're a good team. And I told them we're going to be right where we need to be at the end of the year, having a good playoff push and having a chance to win a championship. And no doubt in my mind, we will be there. It's just, sometimes baseball happens, and we're like I said earlier, we're getting to know these guys and not really knowing our personnel, and maybe letting guys stretch out a little bit more than I would during league games, just to see how they kind of react. And so we got a little better idea of our personnel, and not that we have it all figured out, but I think we have a better idea of what we want out of our pitching staff, and how to move forward when we start league here tomorrow.
Let's move over to the hitting side of things a little bit. I know your big thing, you and your coaching staff, you preach quality at bats. What have you seen out of the team's offensive approach overall? And then has any specific player's offensive approach that you've really liked?
Yeah, so kind of early on, our approach was more summer ballish, to where we're trying to swing at any strike and almost taking too big of hacks and trying to hit out of the yard type of deal. And I felt like as we kind of talked about our approach more and more, doesn't help that I'm not here for batting practice at this, at the start of the season just because of my other work commitments and until that's done this week. But we just talked about our approach and just being able to get a good pitch to hit that we're on time to and not necessarily pressing the issue to swing at any strike just because you get a strike. So if you're in a 2-0 count or a 3-1 count, we're not just swinging at a fastball strike. We're swinging at a fastball that's in a particular spot that we're on time to and we're ready to hit. And also on the other side is just realizing what we're trying to do up there. With nobody on base, we need to get somebody on base. That's the bottom line. Everybody loves to hit with runners on, and that's how you get your RBIs. And so we need to find a way to get on base. So we might take that 2-0 pitch with nobody on. We might take that 3-1 pitch with nobody on, put the pressure on the pitcher to throw another strike because it is tough at times to throw 3 strikes, right? So sometimes guys feel like it's the only pitch that they're going to be able to hit, and it's not the case. They're giving the pitchers too much credit, and they'll get another good pitch to hit, or they'll walk. They'll get walked. So we definitely got a lot better as hitters throughout this last week. Our quality at bats went, way up. I know yesterday's game we were around 65%, I think, for quality at bats. And we just try to strive for about just 50% quality at bats out of the whole team. And that was definitely our highest number yesterday with quality at bats. And obviously, we scored a lot of runs. I mean, they gave us a little bit, a lot with a lot of walks and hit by pitches, but you got to take what they give us, right? And so if we're maybe pressing the issue like we were in the first 2 games, maybe we swing at those pitches, let the pitcher off the hook. There's more outs, and then we don't score as many runs, right? So just kind of taking what the game gives you, and everybody's going to get their shot to succeed. And I was really happy with how our hitters kind of progressed throughout the week.
Could you explain what you guys constitute as a quality at bat?
Yeah, so we have like a list of stuff. So if you get a hit, you get on base, you get a walk, you get a hit by pitch, you move a runner over from second base with less than two or with nobody out. You bunt a guy over, you hit a sac fly, you have a 7 pitch at bat, no matter if you strike out or not. If you see 7 pitches, that's huge, right? You're getting that pitch count up and making that pitcher work. And pitchers hate that. Pitchers love guys that swing at the first pitch and 1 pitch, 1 out. I mean, that's huge for them. And they hate the pesty guys that sit up there and see 10 pitches, fouling stuff off, and they don't know what to throw. And I mean, it's really frustrating for them. So we want to make that opposing pitcher frustrated. And, if we find a way to have that tough quality at bat, whether it's moving a runner over, getting an RBI, just getting on base, or just having a tough at bat. I mean, all those things constitute as a quality at bat for us.
One guy that's put together a lot of quality at bats so far this season, Gideon Hahn, who had the walk-off in yesterday's game, but also the day before that, he was in the 9 hole. He had a sac fly and a double and a walk, 3 things that are obviously quality at bats. He's moved up to the 3 spot in the lineup yesterday. What did you see out of his approach to get that bump up?
Oh, he's a great player. I mean, he gets a lot of barrels, on the ball, and he swings at good pitches and kind of knows the right time to swing, the right time not to swing, and definitely makes it tough on the opposing pitchers. And I saw that, and that's why he moved up in the lineup. And it was nice to see him come through there at the end and get that victory for us yesterday. So we didn't have to go back out there in the and go extra innings. And he was actually going to pitch, so it was actually good that he got that hit. So didn't have to go run him out there for the second time in the week.
Just a couple more for you, coach. There's a lot of guys coming from a lot of different places, a lot of different situations. Obviously, Landon Acres, who's hit leadoff every single day, he played 52 games and started 52 games last season at Bellarmine. Then there's guys like Anthony Shepler, who had just 4 appearances at Ohio State, and Nick Sebastiani, who hasn't played organized baseball since last time he was on the Stompers last season, the All-Star campaign for him. How do you sort of balance getting those guys like Shepler and Sebastiani ready to go again for the league play when it's back to 6 games a week?
Yeah, no, it's tough, but 6 games a week, you guys are going to need a little bit of blow here and there, a little bit of rest, and so we'll be able to mix everybody in. Um, but yeah, it's about trying to get them enough at bats just to, they almost need to fail a certain amount of times to be able to succeed. Um, Sometimes in this game you got to fail a lot and to kind of figure it out. And we're going to give them chances and let guys kind of figure it out a little bit. And I have trust in our guys, and they're all quality players. And I think at some point they'll all be pretty good.
And last one for you. The coaching staff, some familiar faces. Coach Mayo, the hitting coach, he's back. Coach Casey Gilroy, the bench coach. But a new face, Kenny Mimerstorff, is sort of helping out doing everything. What has he brought to the coaching staff, and what's his relationship with the players so far?
Yeah, Kenny's the man. He's a great baseball mind, great just quality person. He played for us in I think it was 2019, hit like 23 home runs or so, and so he's had success on the field, and his baseball knowledge is very good. And right, our pitching coach Nooney right now is got an injury, so he's unable to make it out. So I got Kenny actually taking over some of the pitching stuff right now, and that's huge. And kind of I'm putting a lot on his plate right now. So um, it's good for him, to kind of get that exposure on the coaching end. He's going to be a head coach, I think, at a high school in Las Vegas this next year. So it's good for him to kind of get experience in all aspects of the game, and he knows all aspects of the game, and a very knowledgeable guy. And I know he's getting along with the coaching staff really well and all the players, and he's definitely a big asset for us to have. And I really enjoy having him here, and it's huge for the Stompers to have Kenny Mimersdorf.
CCL play kicks off for the Stompers this week, starting Tuesday and Wednesday at 6:05 against the Blues. Thanks so much for taking the time, Coach.
Thank you.